name's Wendy and welcome at a new video. Today I want to tell you a bit more about the experiment that I did with my Instagram account. I'm going to tell you what I found out using my Instagram account very heavily, and I have set a goal for myself to get 1,000 followers as fast as possible. I think it's good to know that when I started to use my Instagram account for this experiment, I had a very specific target group. My Instagram account is all about health, fitness, eating healthy, eating clean. So it was a very specific, and it still is a very specific profile. So when you read success stories about people who get a lot of followers fast, they all talk about being consistent and sharing pictures on very specific times during the day. So I decided to share 4 pictures per day on very specific times to make sure that I was actually following those guidelines to be successful. So when I started to share 4 pictures per day, I saw the number of followers growing. Not extremely, but with around 20, 24 per week. Which is good, but not enough, because I wanted to get there fast. So I decided to spend an hour per day engaging with other Instagram profiles that were using similar hashtags. So in my case, I searched for hashtags like fit girls, health, eating healthy, and I also focused on very specific ones locally. So I searched for example, Irish Fit Femme, and also for Fit Dutchies, because I'm Dutch as well. And what I found out is that when you use those very specific hashtags, you get more followers easily. So I started to like a lot of pictures, and I saw the number of followers going up to around 50 or 55 per week. But that wasn't enough. So I decided to leave a lot of comments on pictures as well. So actually taking the time to interact with people. And of course, I got really good results from that as well. Because people started to mention me back. They started to visit my profile and they started to follow me. But I have to say it was pretty intense to actually spend an hour per day engaging with people. And I also found out when I was really busy and couldn't find the time to actually do this, that the number of followers was dropping. Same as what happened during the night. Every night I lost followers. And at some point you get a bit annoyed by this number, because it's so hard to get new followers, and then you have new followers during the day and then you lose them during the night. One of the reasons why this might happen is because people use specific tools to follow you, and if you don't follow back, they unfollow you. But for me personally, I was getting really annoyed by it. And I have to say, spending an hour per day engaging with Instagram profiles is pretty intense, and we don't have the time to do that every day. So at some time I decided to stop, and that was when I was around 980 followers. I was not getting on that 1,000, and I was constantly fighting with getting the number up and then falling down again. And I was also struggling to find the time to actually spend an hour on Instagram. So I decided to stop and move away from 4 pictures per day to only 1 picture per day. And what happened in the following 2 weeks was I lost more than 100 followers. I just dropped the number really easily, and people just stopped following me. And at that point I made a decision for myself, and that's the type of advice that I want to give you as well. The number doesn't really matter, because are those people that unfollow you this fast really the people that should follow you? Or are you looking for people who actually interact with your pictures, who like your pictures, who leave a comment, or who mention you in their own pictures? I found a couple of people on Instagram that are actually really nice, and we're having real conversations, and I get direct messages from them, and we can learn from each other because we're interested in the same subjects, and we can give each other advice and tips. And that's so much more fun than just fighting that number to get on a specific number. Because for me it was 1,000, maybe for you it's 100 or maybe 10k. It's different for everybody, but I don't think that we should be that focused on numbers. We should be focused on the real engagement that we have on those profiles. So I decided to post only 1 picture per day, and that's what I'm still doing. And slowly I see the number going up, and I'm happy with it. I appreciate every person who starts to follow me. And I think that's the biggest advice that I can give you. When you use a profile like Instagram or Pinterest, it's not about the number of followers. It's about the fun that you actually can get out of the profile. And we shouldn't be spending an hour per day only to get followers. We should be spending an hour per day on Instagram because we like the good pictures. Or maybe you should spend an hour making good pictures. So hopefully this helps you, and if you have any questions you can leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to make sure you're not missing a new video. And otherwise, I see you in my next video.